Hello, subscribers. Welcome to a live stream of AD&D's Secret of the Silver Blades Remastered. Continue our run. We're on part 3. Alright, so we're in the temple now. Let's go visit the dwarf guy. I guess we could explore some more of the temple. I'm not sure what's in here. Large tables and benches, okay. Found the kitchen. Movement from the corner of your eye. Aerial servant cooking a meal. It ignores you. Alright, here's a secret door. It's about time. What are you waiting for? Come on in. Okay. Meet Mr. Scammer. You're met by an old dwarf. I wonder why it says old in quotes. Talk. What have you got? Lead weight in your shoes? Do you interrupt him? Yes. You try to speak, he continues. Obviously, patience isn't one of your virtues either. My name is Durf. Durf Strongarm. Okay. Dreadlord must be stopped. Before Oswulf died, he broke his staff into 8 pieces. Oh boy, here we go with the fun. What are you waiting for, he says. Try going west on the first level. He gave us a ring. Shoes us out of the room. Okay. Back to the... Oh, that's weird. I don't think I've ever searched these. I don't think there's anything in here. Back to the mines. The pews and floor have no dust on them. Alright, back to the mines. Yes, we're gonna go to temple level 1. Said go west. Crawl over rubble. Actually, I'm gonna go left. Part of the wall collapses in and a group of Umber Hulks surge through the opening. The monsters advance on you. They attack. Do I have the new gaze enabled? Let me make sure it is. Gaze adjustments are on. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and sing here. We'll do halt. Why did he break out of... Oh, that's my hill giant. He's facing the wrong way. That's right. I have his graphics screwed up. That's funny. I'm like, what just happened there? Okay. Makes total sense. Monk, what do we want you to do? Let's have you use your crossbow. Oh, we could try to charm them. That'd be kind of cool. Let's try to get an Umber Hulk. Illusionist. If we do fog, he's not going to be able to see us. To confuse us. Now we probably can't charm. We can see the, oh good, we can still see him, okay. Nice. Oh, we charmed 2 of them. They can't see us to gaze at us. Really, they don't gaze at you. They look around and you may lock eyes with them. That's the real story. Let's get the magic user out of the way. Nice. Yeah, there's the Umber Hulks. Splint mail. Okay. Bards can't wear splint mail. They wear chain mail. Limited with magic items. Okay. Let's check it out. I seriously doubt it's going to be +3. So -1. What? Wait a minute. -4? Hang on. Did I look at something wrong? Okay, -5. I looked at something wrong. Not sure what I was looking at. So that's splint mail +1. I'm gonna drop the hill giant. Alter order. Let's move these Umber Hulks up front so that they can gaze. +21 strength. Detect invisibility. I don't think Umber Hulk should have that ability. Let me make a note. They went nuts in Secret Silver Blades SSI, and they gave detect invisibility on all these monsters, which is wrong. I put in intelligence and level checks, which is the way it should have been done, because that's according to the rules. So removing this, there still will be a chance the Umber Hulks may see a single target that's invisible. That's how it's supposed to work. So I think they just got lazy and didn't implement it that way. So remove detect invisible spell effect. Umber Hulks. Okay. Hey Jimmy, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Detect invisibility scam, it is. We will be removing that. I had already done it on a bunch of monsters. I must have missed the Umber Hulks. A dead adventurer lies. Search. You find some valuables. Ring, plate mail, longsword, shield, longbow, arrows. Wow, okay. Ring. Let's try to put that on the monk. Let's see if it's a ring of protection. Nice. They'll give us a saving throw bonus. Should. No, resist fire. It's a ring of resistance. Fire resistance. It should not give -1 AC. Adjust that. Loot the corpse. That's right. Okay, plate mail. Let's see if this is better than +1. Holy moly, that's +3 plate mail. Okay, Thaco of 9. 8, that's a +3 longsword. Okay, Jimmy specializes with broadsword. But he can use a longsword, so we're going to give him the +2. So Thaco's 9 right now. It may actually go up. Let me check. Yeah. So it's actually a little worse than with a regular broadsword, but I'm still going to keep it in case we run across enemies that have require magic weapons to hit them. Now, shield. Jimmy doesn't have a shield? Can't use shields. Bards can't use shields. Ally, take the shield. Limited. Okay, -7. I say it's a +3 shield. Cleric -4. Oh, he already had a +2. Okay. We got a longbow and 10 arrows. Jimmy says, now, would that flag in uncavalierious action and turn our paladins into fighters? You mean like an evil action? Nope. The ring of tear warms glowly. A sliver of wood shimmers in return. You have found part of the staff of Oswulf. And it looks like I'm hitting an instruction that the curse engine does not understand. Hang on. I need to adjust this. Let's see. Put a breakpoint here. 65. It doesn't know what 65 is. I'm just going to skip past it. If I can. Let's see if this works. Okay, that worked. Save. I'm going to quit and get this to skip past real quick. Fix the code. Secret of the Silver Blades. Okay, that should skip past that next time that happens. Now I want to make sure it detected that we got this staff. I'm going to go back into this tile. Make sure it registered. Load B. Hey, Mr. Spock, welcome in. How are you doing? Jimmy says looting a corpse is unseemingly a go Go-gooder, you'd imagine? Oh, unseemly to a, like a good guy, you mean? The real secret is the silver blades is that they aren't blades at all. That's right. Jimmy says they aren't even silver. The typos are to be believed. The sliver blades. You find nothing. Okay, that worked. Okay, cool. Sliver blades hurt. Ooh, group of monsters, giant spiders. Let's see what happens if we try to talk to them. They don't seem to understand you. Okay, that's where I need to put in animal. I have the psionic ability animal something, telepathy. I need to put in special code to make it where you can actually talk to these. Allow them to flee. No, we want to see our Umber Hulks in action. Confused by the Umber Hulk's gaze. Nice. Confused. Some poetry. Let's do Sonic Blast. We haven't done that in a while. Confused by the Umber Hulk's gaze, wanders away. Nice. The new gaze effect in action. The slobber's a nice touch. Yeah. Umber Hulk is inspired. Jimmy the Bard inspired the Umber Hulks. Confused by the gaze. Nice. You see a group of monsters approaching. Okay, it's gonna be Mobats. Allow them to flee. No. Mobat confused by the gaze. Mobat's unaffected. That one got confused. Some monsters out here just for fun. Umber Hulks join party. Yes. Mr. Spock loves it. Let's get, for Jimmy, we'll do owlbears. He loves owlbears. Even though they take up a lot of space. The Umber Hulks are completely confusing these Mobats. That owlbear's like, hey, wait a minute. How'd I get over here? Goes berserk. Two of them went berserk. Now, the Umber Hulk's gaze is so much stronger now. They were so easy with the way SSI implemented it. And when I read the rules on how it's really supposed to work, I'm like, man, they're going to be much harder now. Which is how it should be. Nice. Okay. Wait, what did that say? It went too fast. It said something about being calm. I thought I'll have to look back on the stream and pause it. 22 minutes in, about 22 minutes in. It's definitely something I implemented. I just don't know what it was. Actually, let's go ahead and memorize. Got lots of spells to memorize here. Mr. Spock says, I'm hoping for some beholders to join the party too. Well, it can be done now because I implemented their anti-magic eye, and it has this cone effect. So if you can get to them from the side, you can charm them. They have great saving throws, but it is possible. Allow them to flee, sure. We're not getting much experience from those. Okay, climb to another level, yes. Level 2. Guess let's go south first. We're looking for pieces of Oswolf staff. Find a freshly dug area you wish to dig, yes. This is where you can get some gems. Funny thing is, let's see, does it? I think it still has delays, unless I got rid of it. I'm going to put game speed on 1. Yeah, it goes faster. But it is still slow. That's where if you want to cheat, this is a good place. You do have to invest time in searching for gems. going to be the same thing. Actually, I think you can get encountered doing this too. Don't seem to understand you. They leave. Okay. Miners use this room as barracks. Beside each bed is a chest. What do you do? Search. The chests are trapped. You disarm them. Yes. I don't have any thieving skills. Actually, no, that's not true. The monk does. You find some items. Shield, Gasarm, Splint Mail, and Scroll. Nice. I do have the Identify spell. Let's give the scroll to the magic user. ID. Failed. Memorize. Identify. Cast. Remember. Illusionist scroll. Nice. Let's see what's on it. Chaos. 5th level spell of Chaos. I could scribe it, or we could save it. I think I'm going to scribe it. Oops, scribe. We have scribed Chaos. Now we have Chaos and Shadow Magic. Does Jimmy keep his thieving skills? Oh, good question, Jimmy. Yes, he does. I forgot. Yep, the bard does have it. Actually, let's compare. So the monks... trap. Where's trap? Find remove traps is 67%. Open locks 70%. And Jimmy's open locks is 57. Find remove traps 45. So the monks is a lot better. You fixed their headlights? You were... Oh yeah, the beholders, yeah. Okay. We got our constitution back. I think I'm going to go ahead and identify this other stuff while I'm doing this. Then we'll have it ID'd in the dungeon. Plate mail +3. Okay. Seemed like there was something else I found. I think I'm thinking of the scroll. Let's see how big the plus is on the Gasarm. +1. Meh. I don't think I care to identify any of that right now. Sticky Fingers Monks. Yeah. Okay. No piece of the staff here. Attack. Yeah. Umberhulk's destroying them. Okay, so we looked at the south. Mr. Spock says, Chaos. The spell is similar to 7th level Druid Confusion spell, but all creatures in the area are affected, confused for duration of the spell. Only fighters other than paladins or rangers and illusionists are able to combat the spell effects and thus allowed a saving throw. Similarly, monsters which do not employ magic and have intelligence of 4 or less are entitled to saving throws. Yeah, it's a pretty strong confusion. Let's go east. Yeah, I haven't released it yet, but I've implemented the illusionist spell Fascinate, which is a level 2 spell. It's kind of like Charm, but it's a bit different. It's a 2nd level spell, and it has some advantages and disadvantages. One being it's a level 2 spell where you can charm anything almost. So you could start charming monsters early with that. The disadvantage is as soon as a monster takes some damage in a round, it checks against the comeliness of the illusionist, and it may decide to switch to the enemy side. And if they get enraged, and if they do that, then they will fight against you in that battle. So as you carry them with you, into future battles, they could actually turn against you in the future battles. So that's the disadvantage. An advantage is it has no timeout, so it can last forever. And then another advantage is anything with 1 to 4 intelligence has a chance, based on the comeliness of the illusionist, to stay permanently with them. So they will actually become like a party member, like a character, and they'll never leave. So it's only on things that are low intelligence that had been taken care of by the party. And there's only a chance for that, but that's really cool. If that happens, then there's no dispelling it. And then I'm also implementing a 3rd level illusionist spell. This one's been a real pain in the butt, but it's called Phantom Wind. And it's really kind of cool. Hey Tim, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? You were curious about chaos, so you copy paste? Yeah. So the Phantom Wind is different than Gust of Wind. Gust of Wind, when you cast that, it's immediate. It just will clear out any clouds or anything in the area, in the line of distance that it moves, and it moves from the caster. Phantom Wind, you can pick a target position, so it could be farther from the player, like this on the battlefield, and it keeps moving from that point every round. So it's kind of like an ongoing extinguish or wind push. So like that could be really strong against casters that are going to cast Stinking Cloud, Cloud Kill, Wall of Fog, whatever. If you cast it in front of them, a little bit, anything they cast Stinking Cloud that way will get pushed toward them. It'll get pushed backwards toward them. So you can actually cause the effect to happen on top of them. So you could, or you could do it yourself. You could cast a Stinking Cloud and then Phantom Wind it, and the tiles will keep moving like this each round. And if you had like 10 monsters, that cloud will just keep going each round and nauseating the monsters as it goes. So it's been really hard to program that. I almost have it. I have a glitch or two in it, but that could be a really fun strategy. Just pushing the Stinking Clouds and cloud kills down the line into enemy ranks. So anyway, those are 2 spells I'm working on right now. Allow him to flee, no. They're resisting the gaze because their intelligence is low. That's what's happening there. Crazy possibilities, yeah. It's just fun having all these new tactics. Nothing in here. I guess I'll go search just in case. Who speaks to the Minotaur? Let's have the Paladin. You talk and they decide to kill you anyway. Mr. Spock says, seems like every time I look through the spells in the books, I come across one I never heard of. Yeah. You're doing good, Tim. Glad to hear that. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. 11 to flee, no. Sing. We're going to sing. We'll do tell him to halt. We're snapping him out of the trance. Doing damage. Yeah, what's interesting... Oh, he's confused. Nice. What's interesting about the Illusionist is they only have up to level 7 spells. Unlike magic users that can go up to level 9. But they have some things that are very unique. And they can get some pretty powerful stuff early on. And then at higher levels, they can have some really strong spells too. So it's kind of fun to have all the options. Team Umberhulk, yeah. Jimmy, continue singing? No. Let's do some poetry. Goes berserk. Can an illusionist multi-class with a different caster type? Yes. It's a good question, Mr. Spock. Yes, they can. As long as you're human, you can have illusionists switch to something else or vice versa. And gnomes, there's illusionist thieves and illusionist fighters, multi-classed. So you could do it either way. Yeah, you could be an illusionist and then also become a magic user if you wanted. Cast anything, did I? Oh, yeah. Let's wait. Ah, these won't flee because they're powerful enough for them to be a challenge. Displacer Beast confused. do poetry again. And sing. Nope, I turned off the sing, that's right. See, I've even made it harder on myself. You can't do poetry and sing at the same time. It's not logical. Okay. Monk. I see an all gnome illusionist thief run in the future, Mr. Spock says. Yeah, heck yeah. That'd be fun. Now that I fixed thieves, yeah. It can happen. I think I'm gonna do shadow magic here. Let's get down here. So we have fireball, magic missile, lightning, or cone of cold. Let's do a fireball. It's the best position, I guess, here. Displacer beasts are also harder now since the first attack on them always misses the way it's supposed to be. Oh, that's funny. That's a good bug. It didn't redraw in the right spot on the poetry. I need to make a note of that one. Okay. Mr. Spock says, how many creature choices do you get to choose from when you cast monster summoning? I make each level give you 2 choices right now on monster summoning and the animal summonings. If you do any of the illusionist summoning spells, like shadow monsters, demi-shadow monsters, you get to choose first off numerous or stronger, and then you typically get 2 or 3 choices from that. And that changes based on your level. So as your level increases, the monster choices you get stronger. So I'd say overall, illusionists probably get about 25 choices as they level up. So they get the most choices. Everybody else generally gets 2 choices per level of a given spell. And generally I try to make it where it gives you kind of options that make sense, like that aren't really the same thing and they have different utility in different situations. Like monster summoning 1, you either get Sturges or Hobgoblins. The Sturges are better for melee situations, but the Hobgoblins are better if you want to reach enemies when the battlefield's cluttered. They shoot their bow and arrows then. So that's just one example. Same with like the owlbear versus the thri-kreen. The owlbears take up 2 tiles. The thri-kreen's 1. Thri-kreens in general do a lot more damage and can paralyze. But the owlbears, you may want to block more surface area. You know, so different situations you might want to use different ones. It says, wow, makes a great case for illusionists though. I'm guessing they are pretty weak early on. No, they can be strong early, right out the gate, because if you get the Phantom Armor spell, that's plate mail. That's plate mail equivalent, and it can actually absorb a point of damage or 2. So you can have mages or illusionists starting out with like 0 armor class, which is crazy. Plus, since I made the anti-penetration mechanic, you can look here. Let's see, what does he have equipped? So he has plate mail. So now look at this. Generally, as you go down and get into more powerful armor, your armor class increases or decreases even more, depending on the type of weapon used. So, like if someone's trying to use a quarterstaff against plate mail, I don't remember what the exact thing is, but it's like -6 in addition to the armor class drop. So right out the gate in the hypnosis spell on illusionist is extremely powerful. It's probably the strongest first level spell you can have. So they're really good starting out. I say the mages start doing better with 3rd level spells, and 4th probably overall. There are some good 4th illusionists, but overall probably give the edge to mages. But then once you hit 5th level, then all of a sudden illusionists are starting to become really strong again. So it's, no matter what, you can't go wrong. Yeah, the other great thing about the Phantom Armor is you can look at him walking around confusing them. That's great. As soon as he looks over there, he's confusing them. Anyway, Phantom Armor you could cast on like NPCs too, you know. So if there's an NPC in your party that's a thief that was added or whatever, you know, you could put Phantom Armor right on them. Because sometimes you have NPCs that'll join you to help you in a fight. And it can really help thieves, because thieves, you know, of course, have just leather or studded leather is the best. You could put Phantom Armor on them as well. And then the color spray skill is similar to sleep. It's a little bit different, but it can still lead to disabling some enemies. But the hypnotize spell is just so great because it gives you options. Enraged. Yeah, the magic users have way more damage output, so it depends on what you're going for. But the illusionists have great support, you know, and crowd control. I feel like they have more flexibility than the magic users, especially once you get shadow magic. Ooh, cockatrices. This is our first encounter with these in the remaster. I'm going to delay here for a minute. Let the Umber Hulks do the work. Oh, I'm almost out of corals. Illusionists have a lot of hypnotic spells, makes sense though. Yeah. They have, it's called shadow magic. A lot of shadow magic spells, which are semi-real. They're like quasi-real. They get petrified. Unaffected by the gaze. It's really more like unaffected by the eye contact. Umberhook leaves the party. No! Charm monsters wore off. Mr. Spock says, I feel like all the criticisms people have laid on the first edition over balance was probably just misinterpretation of the rules. The more you fix, the less faults I see. Yeah, I'm the same way, Mr. Spock. Because I heard the exact same stuff. And once I started reading more and fixing things and changing it, it's like, man, this is pretty darn balanced. There's so many options. Like, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to allow them to flee because I don't want to get petrified. Yeah, and there's a lot of quirks and nuance in first edition. It's not all the same, you know. There's very, very specific things. And then as you implement more, it's like, okay, I could see why that's a thing now, or why that could be useful. Oh boy, this looks like Wall of Fire time here. Disbelieves the Phantom Armor. Okay, let's do singing. We'll do surrender. Let's have you use your halberd. Magic user. You have fear on there. Let's just move you up here. Delay. Okay. What do I want to do? Which way is this facing? Northwest. I should be able to go down here. Cast. Shadow magic. Sticks to snakes. Oh, it got poisoned. Poisonous snakes got it. Okay, let's do lightning. They're all gonna snap out of trances. Getting hit by the lightning. Okay. I don't think I need to use the Wand of Ice Storm. There's no good position. Magic user can cast now. I mean, they're set up so nice for a wall of fire. Except he's in the way now. Ah. Let's get some help. Jimmy, continue singing. No. You do poetry. Alright, let's get some Thri-Kreen here. Minotaur's paralyzed. I was trying to get them to help the illusionist over there. And they went over to the other side. He's worth the sacrifice. uh, okay, you can come over here by the monk. Actually, let's move you up here. There we go. Now you should be safe. Inspired. Lee's in panic. Ah. What if we do bribe? You bribe them and they decide to leave. Okay. It doesn't really give us options on how much to bribe them with. Now let's cast Phantom Armor again on the magic user. Yeah, see, it went from 2 with the bracers to -1 with the Phantom Armor. Jimmy, do you have Phantom Armor? No. Let's get it on you too. Yeah, he's got -1 AC now instead of 2. Thank you, Mr. Spock. So we're still looking for the staff piece on this level. We've gone east. Yep, so we finished east, so now we'll go north. Fuck. Who speaks? Well, Jimmy didn't do it, or Pally didn't do it last time. Let's try the illusionist. They decide to kill you anyway. How many turns does Phantom Armor last? And are there any restrictions? It lasts indefinitely, has no timeout. Once a monster disbelieves it, that's what makes it disappear. So they get a saving throw on attack, and then if they succeed to disbelieve it, that makes it go away. Otherwise, once it takes, it's either 1 point of damage per level of the illusionist or 2 points. That's the other way it'll get destroyed. So it absorbs damage until that happens. And as far as restrictions, it doesn't have an effect if you already have an armor that's better, than plate mail or whatever. But that's pretty much it. Let's see what we got. Let's just do a fireball. Now I'll do hypnotism. Just to show the power of this. We'll try to tell them to surrender. Okay, we got 1 surrender there, but that's basically the same thing as a kill. Unless you turn off the option. If you turn off the option for awarding slay experience on surrender, then you'd get nothing out of that. Good old fireball, still super strong. Unless you turn on item damage, then you're going to be destroying a bunch of money and items that the enemies have. So that's another disadvantage. I don't have it on for this since I'm doing just testing the game. These are so hard to hit. Yeah. Item damage. I have it disabled by default. But you can turn it on. It's actually really fun. I like playing with it. Makes it a heck of a lot more challenging. You have to put more thought into everything. Yes, monk's movement. Didn't need to do that. I could just hit with the halberd. Joystick. The Minotaur had a joystick. That's pretty funny. Using it as a toothpick, probably. That's funny. Group of monsters flee. You bribe them and they decide to kill you anyway. Whoa, that's a lot of Minotaur. Poetry. Let's get a shadow monster out here. That's not minimum tar, that's maximum tar. Stronger. We can do a red dragon or Eden. I'm gonna do Eden. He's a shadow Eden. Hypnotism. You know, I just realized the bard can memorize spells. They have druid spells. I haven't been getting many spells. We'll have to see what Jimmy's capable of. Wow, he's up to 3rd level druid spells. Let's see. Let's do summon insects. Slow poison in case we get poisoned. Cure light wounds. And detect magic. We'll just have him do the detect magic spells. The problem is you have to rest 24 hours for a bard to get any spells memorized, even one. So that's a thing when you're resting in dungeons. Okay, Jimmy, cast, remember. You have entered a monster's lair attack. It says, oh, fun. That's right. The bard has to start as something else first. Yeah, you have to start as a fighter. Then between level 5 and 7, you have to switch to a thief. And then between level 5 and 9, somewhere in there, you have to switch to the bard. So you can choose which of those levels. I waited. Normally you want to wait till level 7 as a fighter so you can get a second attack every other round. But the thief, unless you're going to want to do a lot of thieving stuff without having a thief, probably as soon as you get to level 5, switch to the bard. No, I'm not going to allow these to flee because they may have treasure. Is there any more? Yep. We're going to sing. Let's get some monsters out here to help us. Ooh. I was thinking I could charm them. But as a bonus, you also get druid spells. Yeah, bards. Basically, when you switch to a bard, they study druid type stuff. That's their third class, so that's why they start getting druid spells. But it takes 24 hours to memorize 1 to however many spells they can get. Jimmy says, and we ran into a situation where we started as a fighter. We were already past the level captain, switched to a thief. Yes, I fixed that. But yes, we did run into that. Because in Secret of Silver Blades, you start with 200,000 experience, and it pushed past the cap, so I had to in-game kind of bypass that, but I have fixed that bug. Those Thri-Kreens are decimating those. Yep, I'm glad I didn't allow them to flee. They had treasure. A halberd and a gisarm. So we already have a plus halberd on the monk. It's +2. But maybe we got lucky here. Let's see if this is failed to identify. We'll try it again. That's another +2. Okay. So evidently that was not piece of the staff. Hey Duncan, welcome in. How you doing? Duncan says Jimmy is still waiting for Champions of Kryn Remaster so he can take his precious Hoopak with him to every game. That's right. Mr. Spock says just like wizardry paralysis is deadly. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, I am going to make it where you can, you'll be able to enable that rule if you want to allow Kenders and the Solamic Knights in the Forgotten Realms world, you'll be able to enable that. And then you can just bring them from there to these others if you want, along with the Hoopak. It'll be disabled by default, but I'll put it in where you can enable it. Ah, Umber Hulks. We could try to charm him again. Uh-oh, Cleric's confused. Pally's unaffected. Pally's confused. We've got two confused. Jimmy, try to sing here. Bolt. Hypnotism. Okay, we got one to surrender. Let's try to charm. Try to charm this one. Oh, yeah. Nice. No, don't continue singing. Let's just kill this one. Oh, wait, am I a corals, aren't I? Yeah. Uh-oh, Cleric's enraged. Jimmy's confused. Shadow magic. Jimmy's enraged. He still went for the Umber Hulk, though, thank goodness. Cleric wanders away. Oh, he's still not on our team. I don't have Dispel. The Dispel's on the Cleric. Take a second so he can have a 2-pack. It will be a 2-pack plus 20 once I'm done with the Hex Adder, Jimmy says. Maybe include some trinket text about spell jamming to another realm when you import characters from one IP to another. You have a voice of an angel. Mr. Spock says, how about playable half giants from Dark Sun? Well, heck, you can charm and take anything with you. So, and with psionic ability, you can actually do a robot command and control anything. Jimmy says, the more I think about it, Dark Sun is firmly a 2nd edition. As much as I'd like a gold box Dark Sun game, I don't think it would work the way players think. Yeah, see, that's the deal is 1st edition is the general rule set. Forgotten Realms does not, it's not defined at all in any of the AD&D 1st edition books. Same with Dragonlance, any of that. That's a campaign, it's called. So you can apply any campaign. You could apply Greyhawk Adventures. You could apply Dark Sun. You could apply any of that to 1st edition. That any of that stuff would work. You just have to figure out how you're going to do it, specific rules. So the Cleric, I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to deal with this. If I blind him, he won't be able to attack me at least. Do that. You know what? This could be funny. I'm going to levitate him. 20 feet high. So once he gets up to 20 feet, no one should be able to reach him, really. He's 10 feet right now. Yeah, the Umber Hulk can't reach him. He's 10 feet, but he can't be reached, I guess. I don't think that's true. No, that's not true. The Umber Hulk's not attacking him because he's blind. I programmed something in so that they don't attack someone that's completely disabled. They look for other targets. And it's making the mistake of not seeing there's 0 other targets. I need to make a note of that. And he can't levitate to 20 feet because of the ceiling. He's in a dungeon and he's hitting the ceiling, I think. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know if that's going to wear off. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just a setting. That's correct. So yeah, you could do Dark Sun if you wanted to. Magic users, I mean, it's the same way with Kryn. The magic users are different. There's a special class called wizards. That's what they actually implemented in the Kryn games. You still have normal magic users in Kryn. SSI did not implement them. They implemented the wizards, the 3 wizard types that have the colors, but they called them mages, magic users. So they didn't even do that right. But anyway, yeah, you can have different classes and different campaigns and settings. They can defile the land nearby when they cast magic. Yeah, that there's probably a book somewhere that describes all that. So I don't really have a way of dealing with this. I can try to charm him, I guess. He's gonna kill my Umber Hulk. That was my only charm. We're gonna have to take the cleric down. Summon insects on him. We can hypnotize him. Surrender. Didn't work. Yeah, none of that. Dissipates with energy control. Oh, that's really funny. So yeah, my cleric's a psionic, and the computer is controlling them, and it enabled energy control to dissipate to summon insects. So that's really funny. The other thing is though, I don't think control should be able to work on dissipating the energy of summon insects. So I need to fix that. That's hilarious. I gotta let my dog out real quick. Okay, everyone, I'm back. Let's see here. So, we're trying to figure out how to deal with the cleric. I just have to do straight damage to him. Swarmed by insects. So the insect swarm did go through. Okay. So the message about the energy dissipating wasn't accurate. Probably needs to say, just not say anything. We gotta be careful that we don't do too much damage here. He's got 14 hit points left. Okay. I'll just get him with slings, I think. We don't want to kill him. The insects are going to take him down. Oh, are you kidding me? he cast he cast 8 on himself. I gave him a few more hit points. Oh, the summon insects wore off right when he was gonna die with 1 hit point. Well, not die, but go down. He can't flee because he's levitated. Basically, that's holding him in the air. Because you can't move when you're levitating. Oh, this is funny. We'll have the fighter punch him. Paladin, do a punch. No penetration. Yeah, it's going to be hard to punch through plate mail. Jimmy, try punching. Missed. We don't want the monk to punch. Descends to the ground. He surrendered. The cleric surrendered. Okay. Man. Yes. Venom. So it's showing him as yellow, which means he's an enemy. So I probably need to put in some kind of check on that if they're a player character. Let me try resting a day. Yeah, he's still showing as yellow. We'll see what happens when we get in the next fight. Let's see if he's on our side or not. Let's see. Confusion. Ooh, you entered a monster's lair. We got Wyvern. This is dangerous. Ah, look, yeah, the cleric. He's on their side. That's funny. He's over there. He's like, hey, I'm with these guys. I'm not with you. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's a bug on the Umber Hulk's gaze that we need to fix. Well, we can come over here and sing. Hmm. Cleric's killed with deadly force. Yeah, he I think is literally on the other team. Like he might disappear from our roster. We'll see how this works. I'll have to make sure to fix that. Since it's not showing a body, let's see. Yeah, it removed him from our roster. It's like, that's not a player character anymore. A dagger and a Gasarm. Obviously, I'm not going to save it. It's probably a good place to stop so I can actually fix some bugs. That was fun. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.